Check out our exclusive man shirt over on our merch store. It's got this cool Mr. P logo on the back. And of course, we also got the EC Demon shirt. Oh my god, that looks so epic. And this is the back. Definitely go check it out. So, is Xpeng winning? In July, Xpeng delivered 8,040 vehicles. Whew, that's quite a lot. And there's been a lot of talk about Xpeng overtaking NIO and overtaking Li Auto to become #1 here in China. Well, I took the liberty to go to a Xpeng store and find out. So let's roll the clip. Today we're taking a look at this Xpeng store, and it has absolutely everything, my friend. But it's supposed to have a P5. I talked to the manager over here, but unfortunately the P5 was moved somewhere else. So we're just gonna take a general overlook. They got a lot of P7s. I don't see any G3s, but they also got a cool little futuristic vertical takeoff. So this is what the outside of the store looks like. We are in a crowded area in Sanlitun, Beijing. Man, we got some good old P7s over here. So let's take a look inside. Here we have a poster about the G3i. And right now it's talking about how G3 is one of the best selling SUVs. Pretty cool. Alright, once you come in, you got a nice lounge where that's the sales rep. And then here we have the P7. Man, look at that. P7. Someone's inside. And let's first take a look over here. We have a lot of customization options for the Xpeng. We have different rim options that you can go for. Man, these all look pretty cool, man. Look at that. Man. And then you got different colors that you can go for. Nice poster for the P7. And then over here, we got a look at the smart electric platform architecture. This is the whole entire package. Skateboard, Xpeng. And then here we have the, look at that, man. That's a cool, nice looking thing. Batteries, nice. Right here. Got the own cafe, Xpeng moments. So you can order a drink over here. This is almost sort of like how room houses work. Look at the menu. Nice. And here we have a good look at the Xpeng merch. Different Xpeng merch. Nice. Dyna audio speakers. That's a feature that they have in all their cars. And we got the Xpeng model. Nice. G3 merch. Nice. G3, you got some Xpeng shirt area, and look at this. This is pretty big store. And then here we got Xpeng's vertical takeoff vehicle. Wow, look at that. That looks really cool. Look at that, man. That is insane. Xpeng branding over here. Boom. So this is in general a pretty nice resting space. And then here we got a good look at the Xpeng P7 wing door edition. Chargers over here. And let's take a good look at the inside. And man, that screen is just big. It's a big screen. So mess this up. And look at the back seats. Man. Oh. Back seats are really comfortable. And wow. Look at that. This is nice, comfortable. Very, very minimalistic. But most people will like it. it's generally cheaper than a Tesla Model 3. 打开后备箱。
后备箱已解锁，需要手动打开哦。
Alright. So, then I'm gonna manually open the trunk. Ooh, look at that. You got a lot of space back here. Wow. And it can actually fold down. That's pretty amazing. Cool. Fortunately, it's not electronic, so it's all manual. Alright. Why don't we ask the NIOS sales rep some questions? Alright. Cool. You guys know me, of course. I'm gonna go try and get the store manager to interview him. So that's exactly what I did. I was able to get the store manager and interview him. I asked him a lot of questions about Li Auto, Xpeng, and NIO, and Tesla. So we just got an Xpeng sales rep here. So that's awesome. So save you the time of watching the subtitles, and I'll go through everything that I asked him and what he responded with. So the first thing I asked him was, why would someone choose Xpeng when Tesla is the popular option? And he talked about how Tesla had the first mover's advantage, and with the P7 overlapping in price with the Model 3 and Model Y, so they were actually competing against the Model 3 and Model Y. He said that as long as you've experienced the voice control system in Xpeng, and also you've driven Xpeng, you've noticed its attention to detail, its NGP X pilot system, you'll notice that a lot of minor details, Xpeng does it better than Tesla. You know, people that try out both cars find that Xpeng has a better user experience and end up purchasing the car. Now, so in terms of that, he means the quality of materials used, the quality control, you're not gonna see any sort of door misalignments, that kind of stuff. And he said all that kind of stuff is better than Tesla. And I can vouch for that. Bang for the buck wise, if you just look at car to car, Xpeng P7 versus Model 3 or Model Y, the P7 is a more bang for a buck vehicle. But Xpeng doesn't have the sort of brand recognition that Tesla does. When you hear about Tesla, it invokes that kind of respect. Man, you're Tesla. But Xpeng, it just sounds like a little boy, you know? Because in Chinese, Xpeng, 小朋, right? It sounds very similar to 小朋友, which is little boy or little kid. So in that respect, some people might buy Tesla just for the brand name. Then I asked him about his opinion on Li Auto, Xpeng versus Li Auto. And he said that out of the 3 public EV companies here in China, NIO, Xpeng, Li Auto, most people think that Li Auto will be the first to fail. Now this is very, very interesting because Li Auto actually delivered the most amount of vehicles in July compared to Xpeng and NIO. And he told me something very, very interesting. He said that Li Auto's focus and philosophy is to build what the market currently demands, which isn't a wrong move, but they're not thinking ahead in the future. That's why most people think that Li Auto will actually be the first to fail. Why? Because undoubtedly, some people aren't ready to fully transition to EVs. Some people are still reminiscent of gasoline vehicles, but they want the benefit of purchasing an EV, like the credits, you know, the reduced taxes, the no restriction on driving days. You know, with a gasoline vehicle, 1 or 2 days out of the week, you're not allowed to drive. Li Auto and EVs, you know, there's no restriction. You can drive any day, every day. Some people still think that EVs are range bound. Li Auto markets themselves as an EV without boundaries. NIO also has these battery vans that go anywhere you want, and they'll follow you. Like even up to the mountains. You need charging, call them up, they're gonna be there for you. The analogy he made with Li Auto was that Li Auto is sort of like cramming for a test. Like you have an exam coming up, you're cramming for it, you're trying to memorize as much as you can just for the test. And this is sort of what Li Auto is doing in his words. Li Auto sees that there's that demand right now and people are going for it. It undoubtedly works, but down the line in the future, and especially with how they're not, apparently according to him, they're not putting much money into R&D, that is doomed to fail. You can't just build what the market needs right now. You need innovation. And he said Li Auto lacked innovation. So then I asked him about NIO. And then, man, he showed a lot of respect for NIO. He talked about how good the quality is, how good the community is, its luxuriousness. But he said that the price is much higher than Xpeng. He talked about how there's no price overlap for NIO. So if you want to get the job done, right, Xpeng can do it for much cheaper. And they don't really compete. When I sat in Xpeng, I mean, it's nice, but you know, the buttons, they feel flimsy compared to NIO. The screens are nice, you know, the software is nice, but at the end of the day, it's still an Xpeng. Then the last two questions I asked him were about battery degradation, how most EVs face battery degradation, and what's Xpeng's tactic to avoid that. And he said Xpeng vehicle has 8 years of battery warranty, so if the battery degrades more than 20%, then you get to replace and get a new battery for free. That's alright, that's pretty nice, but it's not gonna last you forever. Then I asked him how Xpeng has been stereotyped as the car brand for the younger generation, whereas the more middle-aged group tends to go for NIO and Li Auto. And he told me about an interesting case where there was this 50-something-year-old lady that bought an Xpeng simply because the voice controls were really easy, right? She could say, hey, turn off the AC, turn it to whatever, I want to go somewhere, and it'll get it done. So what is my opinion with Xpeng versus Li Auto versus NIO? I will always say this, NIO is a very luxurious vehicle. You gotta check out one of my older videos where I talked about NIO's luxurious interior. Is it better than Tesla's? And one of the viewers said, wow, it's like the inside of a premium jet. So the quality of material and everything, man, it's bang on for NIO, man. I mean, this car was engineered in Germany, and I truly believe it's the best. Out of Xpeng, Li Auto, NIO is the best that you can buy. Definitely check out my shirt and watch that video if you haven't already seen so. Let me know in the comments down below, which one would you go for, Tesla, Xpeng, Li Auto, or NIO? Take care, peace out.